What's going on, everyone? So today we have to talk about AVANTIS because AVANTIS is doing exactly what I mentioned it would do, and it's doing that right now. So we're going to talk about this anyways. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's talk about AVANTIS. So first of all, we see that AVANTIS is down 9% in the last 24 hours. 37% in the last 7 days. I've been mentioning how AVANTIS was going to pull back because I noticed the trading volume was getting smaller and smaller. The trading volume was going quickly from 2 billion, well, really from 7 billion down to 6 billion, down to 5 billion, down to 2 billion, and then the hype died down. I mentioned that right now AVANTIS was only trading off of pure hype, so it was severely overpriced because people we're looking at the trading volume of AVANTIS as well as the trading volume of all of the different coins on AVANTIS, because as you know, is a futures trading platform. So they were looking at the volume of everything trading on AVANTIS, but what they weren't looking at was, the actual value of AVANTIS. They weren't looking at what is this thing actually should be priced at, right? What is it actually priced at, right? They're just looking at the volume, but the volume wasn't tying with the market cap. The volume was at 7 billion, as you can see up here, but the market cap was not there. The market cap was at 600 million, but the volume was at 7 billion. And that's because AVANTIS is a futures trading platform. They do perpetuals. So they do that. And this is usually, how they get things to pump, right? But anyways, I just noticed Bitcoin hit a good support right there. I got distracted. I was like, wait, because if I was trading right now, I actually would have went hard on that position, because I just noticed that the support down here is, and actually I didn't even kind of plan this, but no, the support down here has just been met. So that's a good support base for Bitcoin. But anyways, I got a little distracted there. This is like short term because this is on the 1 minute chart. So don't think I'm saying, hey, Bitcoin's about to take off. No, this is the 1 minute chart. But the 1 minute chart, very, very bullish signal here on Bitcoin. So yeah, you can make money trading on AVANTIS. You can, but hey, it's actually breaking below that support. So yeah, let's see if it breaks it. It could end up breaking the support. If it doesn't, that's going to be a pretty good trade to the upside if it does not break that support. But if it does, that will not be a good trade to the upside. But it looks so far like it might have a reversal here. You can see the candlesticks are coming out there. Anyways, enough of that. Just kind of looking at AVANTIS. But yeah, you can make some money trading on AVANTIS, right? You just have to make the right decision and don't act too fast. So anyways, right here, yep, that support was just now broken. So the next support would probably be around this level right here. So we're just looking at previous support levels, or it could still have a reversal. We'll see. So yeah, that is AVANTIS trading 101. But yeah, AVANTIS though, I think it might have a head and shoulders pattern. So this is AVANTIS. I don't know. Maybe it's not a head and shoulders. Let me know what you guys think about this. I kind of looked at it like, maybe it's not a head and shoulders. I'm looking at this like something like that, right? I don't know. It might not be. It might be trying to stretch it a little bit, but either way, AVANTIS is at a pullback right now, at a pullback range. So it got rejected all the way up here at about $1.30. Well, $1.31. So it did get rejected. I did mention yesterday, I still believe that we could pull back down here to this level at 89 cents, 90 cents. So there's a possibility that that happens. And there's still a possibility that we can take off from where we are at now. Currently on the 30-minute chart, we are seeing the percent R trend exhaustion currently on that pullback time frame right now, pullback zone. So we're waiting for it to kind of bottom out right here. That's what I'm waiting for with the percent R trend exhaustion. It might not because it hasn't done it recently. So it's been really wanting to be bullish, like the AVANTIS. Like the bulls have really been trying to make it take off, but the bears are just pushing it down. Anyways, a lot of selling here. Not a lot. This is a little bit of selling here on the MACD. Let me not be too over exaggerated. A little bit of selling on the MACD there. Not a lot. Because if you compare it to the previous buying, this selling is nothing, especially compared to some of the other previous selling zones. So yeah, this is nothing compared to some of the other ones. So a little bit of selling here on the 30-minute chart. Then on the hourly chart here, this seems pretty interesting. It looks like more selling should be creeping up on Avantis, which kind of sucks because the whole overall market is up right now. And see, that's the thing when you're like an outlier inside the market and you're doing major numbers, pumping huge, while meanwhile everything else in the market is going down or going up. I mean, everything in the market was going down as Avantis was going up. And now everything in the market is going up as Avantis is going down. So this is one of the bad things about being an outlier inside of the market. And Avantis is an outlier in the market. So that's exactly why we're seeing what's happening to Avantis now happen. So yeah, anyways, the percent R trend exhaustion on the hourly chart is pretty bearish for Avantis. Avantis can still come down here to 90 cents, 89 cents. So don't be too happy about, the like a revival from here. Don't be too happy about that because you still don't know if it's going to continue downwards. The only ways we know that it's gonna continue upwards is if we get above this level right up here, and that is about $1.30. If we get above $1.30 and start making our way up towards $1.50, then that's when we know that Avantis is going to be bullish. But if we don't do that, we're still in the bearish zone. So yeah. Currently, yeah, Avantis is in the bearish zone. Now, looking at the 2-hour chart, this also looks pretty bad. So the buying volume is completely done here. We've seen selling coming in, and now we're starting to see that selling volume creeping up. Now the selling volume might be small. It might be short-lived, kind of like here, possibly like here. But what we don't want to see is the selling volume looking like this. So that's kind of what we got to watch out for. And then the percent R trend exhaustion on the 2-hour chart showing the short-term trend is having a hard time trying to pull up the long-term trend. So this right here, the white line is the short-term trend. The blue line is the long-term trend. Notice how the short-term trend keeps coming up and then immediately back down, and the long-term trend stays down. That is because Avantis is inside of a bearish trading pattern. So we are going to have to be patient here. Again, I think Avantis is going to pull back still towards 90 cents. So prepare for that. 90 cents, I'm still standing on that. And if it doesn't reach it, good. Let it go up, right? But if it does break down below this $1.05 level, then what we're looking for is 90 cents. So we're still looking for that same level there. And so far, everything's been going to a T. But yep, this is all I got for you guys today. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.